Translation Zim. Read Werzio Monka Krez Cow. Lady me. You. Unfortunately, not all people are willing to accept system. The Oasis feeds the Sand Nation the same time imprisons their thoughts. Killing and framing came from fighting FOP survival. How ironic that the Oasis that should life is soaked with blood as FOP the watchdogs. The large clans keep them power and make all clansmen suffer sand and dialect. It is even mope stupid and short-sighted. It is first on as mixed blood grown the desert. How you be so naive? Did you forget that the Oasis is limited and can't the growing population? We don't fight FOP the territories unless moving ape able to overpower Grey Castle. We can't leave the desert. Cooperation and submission will end death, as the Northerners will never really. The fall of the Blackbone and Sandstone clans is the best proof. Order to receive rich territory. These two clans, which should have the opportunity to live Iron Sand City, chose to offer their service to Garcia, Queen of Clearwater. What happened? It was understood that everyone was fed strange pill and eventually turned into rotten flesh, and the Queen's promise became meaningless. There will be not real trust. I used to think so, to the evidence that it first on Manga Kren's cow have seen tells me that some people are born to break the rules. Gallop. The watchdogs have sniffed the opponent's scent. Not everyone is happy to accept the new order. Re-eyed version Manga Krez, the watchdogs thought they stop the thunder whether you accept it or not. The new order will come. Read Western Maiga Krias has the thunder stopped? Read Ersion Manka Krees cow. More than watchdogs have been swallowed. Not even bone is left. You don't have to wait, they won't come back. Tell you people to out the 5 this build Oasis already ones. Read Gershon Manka Graze CM. I swear to 3 got that clansman and I will be your service. From now on will be the chief of the new OHSA clan. Visit and this Mantua Manga Great.com. The translation Manga Great.com. Thank you. If enjoy faster please. Manga Great. Low release that Rev Oda Good Wife's Force TOBZ come demon used. The Vane's Sun Vor. Really? Fill me in. Red version Sciency Acres CW. Yes chief, according to the people who fled from the Oasis it appeared the fire wasn't called the Challenger lurking, there was actually fire from heaven induced the Father God. Nonsense, those cowards, those cravens just blame everything on 3 gods when they come across trouble. I'm going to hang all of them above the gate of Iron Sand City, the head of the Iron Whip clan. Albeit, I went to the small Oasis camp to see it, and the scene there is indeed quite similar to what they described after the bombardment. There ape many holes as black as pitch, the ground, corpses and fragments of building materials ape everywhere. Men were torn to pieces as if huge sandstorm of blow. Scorpion had plodded readmit. First on Manga create cock on the campground. Most people who stayed the camp died miserably, while those who went to seek pleasure outside fought back. Yet they were vanquished, even before they saw their rivals. Other words, those fools were ambushed. And all ran food life without even approaching their enemies. Watchdogs running away is not new matter. Even if the Challenger starts Dell immediately, it is estimated that they will not find Slip Goliath ranked Iron Whip clan. What's more, as long as ape willing to give bones, it is not difficult to turn the Challenger into watchdog anyway. After period of time new challengers may appear and sweep them out. What clan does those people if first on Manga Krias come from? Maybe the OHSA clan. What? That's what they say. The banners, the Yak Oasis, have all been replaced with ones with the sigil of the OHSA clan, and I also saw Princess OHSA who was traded as slave. Re-edutersion Mal Inga create con. She is now Divine Lady and is calling on her clansmen. There are a lot of Northerners around her. How this be possible? Divine Lady was considered as representation of evil, the eyes of the Northerners. How could she win the support of the Northerners? If you want to avenge Yoke Father's death through Holy Dwell, then I'm right here waiting. Fop Yoke. Northerners may have finer weapons, and they might outnumber when it comes to Dwell. The Ronsard people of the Morin clan are the most valiant warriors. I will let you know the taste of despair. Chief report Rejude First and Manga create com. The OHSA clan has sent present to present. It first on. Car. So light, open it. That's it. I thought they would give me something scarier than this. I was expecting head, ears, or Man's skin, which is how Iron Sand City normally handles this kind of matter coffin. The southernmost region doesn't need frivolous thing. Read version M non Chronicon. Pow Silver Moon. You don't see the way Yoke clansmen died under Axe 1 on the way to exile this time. You have to bear it yourself. First on. It's not empty. It first on. Read it Eastern Manka create com. Iron Whip clan is destroyed. Visit and this Mantua Manga Great.com. The translation Manga Great.com. Thank if enjoy faster please. Manga Great. DM release that died Oda good wife forced Teob's Kohi demon queen at Hever Sonyu. Visit and this Mana Mankacrete.com. To the translation, the coffin is filled with snow powder, the flint closely attached to the lid Migacree icon, and the lanyard is connected to the ceiling and the weaker reduce the divine lady. All of these would trigger Road of Thunder no matter how the coffin is opened. Is this what Key meant calling horrific sight Manka create co? Did blatantly obliterate the 4th ranked upon Whip clan before the duel? Albeit bluish profaned the holy Del back, then he also failed 3 gods expectations. How I have fair fight with guy who has been disqualified the land of fire albeit and his clan ape all cowards. I have never treated them as rivals since the beginning. If albeit didn't open the coffin, destroy, it wouldn't whole plan be failed. The chief of Iron Whip is native. Aggressive and savage, he liked to destroy and slaughter. It's as easy to head his mind as to head monkeys. The coffin of snow powder was the very beginning of plan. Appetizer speak. Even if albeit luckily Manga create com survived, there was much more awaiting him. Now it seems that the Tepi gods won't protect traitor. I keep the oath I made to the 3 gods and serve OHSA faithfully. Currently, the plan is ahem. That's perfect. I mean Iron Axe and them. Slip Majesty ape. You okay? You voice is husky. Please keep warm. Winter. You aren't as strong as witches. I'm fine. Early. Please tell them to continue as planned as FOP the divine lady. Persuade her if the other party doesn't want to leave the southernmost region. Don't force kept. That's it. Quern Krakow. I see. Then I will take leave. Yoke Majesty. Do I feel like I have lost something? Concentrate on the real business. Concentrate on the real business. The Countess Spear Pass of Fallen Dragon Ride is transferring the messages to enable us to reach instant contact between Overwinter and the advanced troops. Although calling is still somewhat inconvenient, it is faster than the traditional way delivering message, which would cost a dozen days, as well as carrier pigeon, which still takes several days of. Manga create com. It's pity that the sigil of listening needs magic power injected witches to take effect, which makes it impossible to replace the communication tools that ordinary people use, such as telephones. The first telephone line, the west, is about to be laid, and it will go directly from the castle office to the city hall of the Longing area. The second and third lines are also being planned, therefore any commands could be passed with one call. The future erecting electrical poles was time-consuming and labor-intensive, and the finished poles ape vulnerable to snow and ice. It's more convenient and safe to set the cable along the mountains and them the ground thole lots. Ability. Once the mountain defenses have been established, inevitably, the lines would need to increase to connect with the office. That time I'm afraid it will out like this. The mountain defense plan also connects the Lundareroland military facilities with the client byroads of even the palace of the ancient witches. Manga create com. I will make Sylvie and Phyllis and take look. Whole Majesty, please don't leave the office. I'll be UI right back. Visit Lily. Have heard. Read version Mankacrete.com. Something happened. The school district. Stay away. 8 blocking let. Hair duplicate test today is going to be checked out again. It is said that there was explosion as well as be fire. Who do you think was responsible? FOP that. I suppose it was some idiots who stole the waste of the chemical lab and brought it into the classroom. Wasn't the accident like this happened 2 weeks ago? Researcher brought the failed cotton back to his home and wanted to use it as kindling. FOP his stove. As results, it was ignited his child accidentally and nearly burned the house to the ground. Hearing about this accident, His Majesty blew, scolding the person responsible. Voice so told that it echoed Polyholt. The whole castle. New version of the chemical laboratory safety operation. Peculations. After that the relations of the Kimika Roostuk have been multiplied several times. This time there's explosion. How be so indifferent to what happens never winter. This is out home, stop bluffing, you are too curious to wait for the answer. Professional things should be left to professional people to handle or idle all day, so don't disturb experiments. What I'm doing now is also FOP the development of overwinter. Read Wisdom manga Grey's Cow, then what have you achieved far? Exam. None plenty have been staring that microscope FOP mope than year. And yet you have done nothing helpful FOP His Majesty, while electromagnetic power has brought light to His Majesty so that the people could even continue their work alert. Honor I as always don't dislike your old friend. To find out the of the problem is also to do His Majesty favor. Please read Ergio Musi Creasco dislike me. Everyone is promoting the development of Overwinter City, bringing happiness to people. I also don't want to waste His Majesty's food. Even fool like Mystery Moon has surpassed me achievements. Can't I make breakthrough? I feel so unpleasant heart. Not don't be, I'm soppy to take it as keeping first on company. Okay, it's not harmful to out and take walk, will be suffocated staying indoors all day. I didn't expect her to be so clingy after we are not familiar with each other. If I had known it earlier I would insist on being paired as roommates with Sister Leaf of Sister Scroll. I know, don't make trouble for His Majesty and Sister Nightingale. Yeah, I promise. Wait minutes. Now here, let's it first on. You ape going to take so many people there. You guys are all enchanted. Mystery Moon, she came to you guys FOP, nothing more than mope shoulders to carry the responsibility case of being blamed. It firstborn manga great.com His Majesty. We also want to be of some help. This Amy bonded fast with others, looking even more sprightly than Mystery Moon, so different from when she first arrived. If His Majesty permits, Marie is going to be responsible for transportation, right? And I don't need to be curious about she is here FOP. She lists be forced. Mystery Moon. The thing Mystery Moon said is very interesting. I will go with Yoko. God, even Evelyn is here. Doesn't she have readmitted first on Manka Great Com to make wine today? I suppose I will just do it the same way as last time when we have the test papers secret. I won't do power with someone else staring me. Finally Suma is here. If Sister Nightingale of the Ministry of Justice did not take Summer with them to the scene, it meant that the accident the school was not be dealt. Forget it, let's hang out together. Read it first on Manga Create.com. Is there no one there? Then let's first on Manka Crease.com. There is smell over there. Visit and this Mantua Manga Great.com to the translation Manga Create.com. Thank you. If enjoy faster. Please Manga Great.low release that get Rev Quibdor well forced to be Kohi Demon used. The Vasan Nuor. VSI and Red WSMNW Manmeishi Krequio Korori Wiurans Watu. This be the place. Suma, we will leave the rest to you. Okay, please stop me if someone were to come. Read version Mansiacres.com. What great ability, ha! It's actually no big deal. Ability is nothing compared to Sister Nightingale's. Nightingale do mean the blonde sister who always follows His Majesty around and barely shows. Yeah. She is the most powerful witch the western region of maybe the entire kingdom. Or awesome. Wait, look. This is bullying? Were they saying dogs of the rebel king? Back to the eastern region. Read it first on Manka Create.com. It has something to do with where they were born. Ready I Eastern Manga Crease.com. What ferocious little devil. Come on, knock them down. But she doesn't have enough strength and continuing to attack the same places will do her no good. How do you know that? So sorry, I just used to. The taught that right Reajutirsten Manga Kriazku. That's okay. Have passed His Majesty's examination and proved that you are different from the evil pure witches. Vanilla was right, she really wasn't that easy to get. Watch out. Read version Mancia Crease Cow. Do. Fez. Acre. Read W first on Manka Create CQM. Read version Manka Crease.com. Read W Gersten Manka Crease.com. This is Ray Awakening. Visit and this Mantua Manga Great.com. The translation Manga Create.com. Thank you. If enjoy faster please. Manga Great.com release that Rev Goodwife's forced to be Kohi Demon Queen the Vasok NPW. Visit and this Mantua Manka Krees Kuto. The translation when the first week awakened the magic power. gathered her body. She suffered from great pain that felt like bite. Many witches would unconsciously exert their power that moment, which would most likely expose themselves. Reduce first on Manka create com toga who a kapnik publicly would die. Was Reduersion man secretco. It was very rare for teenage girl to be able to control her body under conditions, let alone remember to come back for her companion behind her. What nice. Good, we have new sister. She is brave and determined person unlike Mystery Moon. Concrete.com. Lair, what's wrong with this fool again? We have to tell Sister Wendy immediately. There is new witch never winter. Let's go to the castle now. Agree. Such odd girl. _M had read version maker create com. Do we need you guys to find out the Sylvie noticed the magic reaction school when she was the castle and has since learned everything. After questioning the people there, sneaking through the police perimeter and entering potentially dangerous place ape spending 2 time with lightning. Do you want to be confined to the classroom and take 3 practice tests like her? Redbreast on manga graze com. I almost forgot I have to check the tavern's stock before dinner. I also have problem that needs to consult Isabella about. I will leave first. Me too. What's the matter with me? Do you really think you could escape from punishment if Wendy really intended to penalize Yokits? Not even bad thing to spend night finishing 3 practice tests to review what we have learned. Soppy, I will take this idiot back to reflect it first on Manka Kriazku. Now tell me what happened. Are you acting like that to gain sympathy? Lily, the new witch let out electricity. What is the issue then? Electricity is magnetism and readort first on Manka create com. Magnetism is electricity, other words I be. And she be me. What if her power is stronger than mine and his majesty no longer needs me? Would say that even if both have the same ability, his majesty will never deliberately kick someone to the side to be least. He will always compare. Wait. Electricity is magnetism, and magnetism is electricity. I be help and she is me. That's it. Read W first on min GCI Kreescom. What do mean that hey can't zug cop of little longer. Leave me alone if you don't want to be overlooked. Start to study more attentively from now on doing so may have some hope. Humph. This is Yoke Majesty. Here is the statistical analysis of the accident. Manga create com. Oh. So what exactly happened? Fortunately no one was killed. The accident 3 got fractures as they were escaping from the classroom. 2 lost their hearing, which should have been called the deafening explosions, and 1 not severely. All of them were clued Miss Nanak. It happened divine break hearing. The load new canard. The office immediately organized the students to evacuate Berlin, else told them it was the first army on maneuver and that the soldiers simulated counterattack against enemies attacking the school. He ordered the students to calm down and act coordination. Doing he successfully controlled the panicked students except those class 6 who manga great con witnessed the awakening of the witch. He is indeed morning light to take advantage of the prestigious First Army to restore order and calm the students. What he did was not only convenient to control the order, also significantly reduce the impact of the accident. As long as we take some proper remedial measures afterward, most people won't think that the awakening of witch may be dangerous. Vision dread this man what main Kakria's com. As Fop putting lit the fire, it was Agatha's effort when she arrived the scene. It took help only few minutes to freeze the fire solus to save the main teaching building. You Majesty, what remedial measures are we going to take? Do guys have any ideas? We thought that the fight between children is not the key, the regional conflict behind it. This conflict was called quarrel between some kids from the Southern Territory and Eastern region. They were fighting about whether the Eastern region was the home of the rebel king as Valencia was Timothy's domain. This area hasn't surrendered to yoke Valencia. Eastern reckon the kids could never know these kinds of things unless their parents talked about them. Home Southern Territory. To avoid such disputes, better punish the parents of those kids and ban any discussion about the rebel king to prevent witches awakening from causing harm to the public. I suggest that no matter what decide to do about this accident, the end we should make it rule law to avoid disputes. Being able to find out the root case behind the fight, Baron has also made significant progress. The Past 2 years however, after all the limitations are still there, will everything to well if it is written into the law. If it went against most people, making it law would even sow the seeds of rebellion. This hidden crisis would break out sooner or later. What do you think? You Majesty, I have some different views. Manga Great Com. Now that most people of Overwinter are from different places across Grey Castle, we will see various beliefs among them. If we ban all their disputes, the law will become too complex. Bombing down City Hall management, I slyest we glide them to mediate and to know right from wrong. This approach may work better than the law, preventing this kind of dispute. Regarding the second point mentioned, Baron, I think you should ask Agatha food suggestions. As Tequila, have Rick experience coping with these kinds of accidents called witches' awakenings. Let's handle this dispute as ordinary fight among students. The one who beat the girl and injured the witch with chair be verbally criticized and pay their medical expenses. The witch union will pay the medical expenses. FOP the other wounded students. Class 6 City Hall needs to mend the teaching building as soon as possible to open the school again. As for the remedial measles, let's bride the people's opinions as possible. Yes, Your Majesty. The way that which her name is Sharon, you Majesty, do want to meet her. Not let her have good rest to recover. FOP few days you ask Wendy to see her and tell her the basic situation of the witch lining Q Vine Quericom. C. Hospital. Who ape they? Who else could they be? They are the parents of the new witch they were worried about leaving her alone the hospital and asked whether they could take he home. After I told them it was the king who wanted he to stay here, they immediately changed their attitude and expressed gratitude to His Majesty. Alas. You think every parent is like Yoke dare to break into the Lord's castle? FOP his daughter? That was because His Majesty was gracious and merciful. That evil lord wanted to precious daughter. I had to fleet him. How I let him got. Least they are way better than Summer's parents who wanted to sell their daughter. FOP money indeed. They ape. One of them works the furnace area and the other is handyman the construction team. They had no idea what had happened to her until they finished their jobs. As soon as they heard the news, they hurried here without even having dinner. I tell from their faces that they do care about the girl. Manga Create Com. It looks like I was right to bring this dinner box with me. Could take me to Sharon of Corpse, please. Follow me. Hurt. Is there something wrong with that witch's awakening? Yes, your territory. Only one witch was awakened last year, which was only 1/10 of the Tequila era. The most worrying thing is that the third battle of divine will is coming. The magic should bet stronger than local. Is the number of awakened witches low? Kernk Rent Com. We have discussed this with Pasha and concluded that some unknown factor let be affecting the awakenings of new witches and its influence is gradually expanding. Visit and this Manhwa Manga Great.com to the translation. Manga Great, thank if enjoy faster please. Manga Great.lo release that witch. Taxi Rev Wheeled forced to become demon Quasi Wevasan Nuor. Now that the bloody moon is approaching, the magic fluctuations are indeed becoming more active. The new witch's awakening is so rare it has affected some factory. Readmit first on Manga Create Co. If that's the case, we'll be able to find out the factory. As don't know what to do about it now, let's assume that the deities are just having rest. No matter how many witches awaken every year, we still have to dive the demons out of the land of dawn, won't we? Ah right, we have got to defeat the demons no matter what. That's it. Readjutistan my anchor Kriazku. Away. I called you here because I want to ask you something about the harmful accidents called the awakenings of new witches. How did handle these kinds of things back Aquila? Yoke Majesty, it's simple. That time everyone knew the half_quarter of kelp rule, half-hearted of whole rule. Yes, you Majesty, there is warning before each awakening. The free magic power will need about half-quarter to cohere inside new witch's body. This process will last about half-hold of so. During this period of time she will initially feel slight sting and mild burning sensation the stomach. After that the pain will keep on getting worse until she feels the first magic bite. Usually stronger bills will be able to endure greater pains, even they will still feel pick the beginning. According to the half_quarter of help rule, when new witch loudly at first on Manka Create Com announced that she was about to awaken all the people nearly had to leave as soon as possible. If they stayed the place and thus got killed, the minion wouldn't pay them any compensation. We only paid for the damages she called to place. This is indeed nice solution. It only works when everyone is very familiar with witches, especially young girls. They learn when to announce their awakening instead of taking the scene as common. What if the new witch failed to announce? If she didn't make the announcement, she would get fined or caning punishment based on the damage she called. However, things like this were rare since only few were combat witches, and newly awakened combat witch could seldom cause harm to anyone. Witches were superior to the common people that time, not these. This method can't be copied completely. It is advanced one point, least it has raised the public awareness of the dangers that might be called the awakenings of witches, and made the people understand that witches were human beings and every girl might have chance to become witch. Read Versio Macacres.com. If we treat the witches and the common people as equals, we will let City Hall take care of the damages. Called new witch who makes the announcement before help awakening. As FOP, the witches who don't make announcements and cause severe damage, they be on trials. FOP, negligently injuring others, or I formulate special law to regulate the witches' behavior, which may be able to ease the tension between the witches and the common people. It's dinner time. You talk to Yoke friend later. Knock. She is not going to have dinner with Redute first on Mancagrees.com. Sister Wendy also came. Yeah, I bolt help dinner. I see you talk first, I will come back later. How was it? How do you feel about becoming witch? I felt that something not into body. Miss Anna told me that was the magic power it first on Mancacrete.com. Our witch food reassure people the past. His Majesty held banquet when he met new witch it first on Mangacreate.com. Drink some soul to warm you stomach first before you other food. Where is whole friend? Did she to home? I don't know, probably yes. Didn't she come to see Yoke? No underscore, she probably did not. Me completely. After all, I also came from the Southern Territory like those students who bullied her first on. What, you're from the Southern Territory? I thought Yoke were from the East just like her. I thought that was you helped her. I shouldn't help her as we are from different regions. The disputes among the nobles obviously have nothing to do with her. Those us wanted to find some excuse to bully her. No matter where we came from, wrong is wrong. If I didn't stand out to stop them, nobody would correct mistake. Your Majesty, you were worried about nothing. This girl doesn't need me to comfort her. I tell from the expression her eyes she is absolutely certain about her decision. Has she accepted that she is now witch? Yes, and calmer way than expected. I want to join the witch union. I want to become someone like Miss Lanai. What wonderful kids. Sharon, years old. Magic cyclone ability is of above average standard note comparable to adult witches. Tequila. Virat Kriiko as okay. Phyllis, during that new present seems May long. Also she had one was appears test active never winter. The witch most. The Charon's ability is to generate electric client which light when weak easily blow the filament. When she increases the strength, the electric current is like thunder which easily break wooden planks and melt iron, but her power drains quickly up. Her ability to maintain the transmission of electricity was obviously not as good as Mystery Moon's Dawn Eye. Conclusion, most suited to be combat witch while also having potential to assist production. Because of the newly awakened, the control of magic power is very unstable. Massacre. Charon's ability has the lot of potentials, especially when we know what kind of progress could be made when the essence of electric client was understood, as well as to see how Charon's magic power would improve as she grew older. For now, it is best to follow Yoke recommendation to allow Sharon to practice on her own and focus on her studies. She has some catching to do. Yes, Yoke Majesty. Sharon has such strong sense of justice, it seems like good idea to admit her into the judiciary one day. Electricity generating young lady patrolling the streets and arresting criminals, isn't it? Fascinating. COO. Maggie COO. What happened? Mushroom, the bird beak mushrooms are attacking. Sister Wendy, go back to the witch house. Maggie, you and call His Majesty and Sister Nightingale call bird beak mushrooms. Underscore, what is happening? What is going on with these bird beak mushrooms? Manga Create Co. It's me used magic power to create them. Magic power. Wait, what did you use magic power to create them? Lily, have yoke abilities evolved the second time? Stop talking, I can't stand it anymore. Everyone get out. Leave this place to us. Ha, Vian Krenicom. So yoke new power is to replicate the thing you see the microscope and when you evolved were. Observing bird, beak mushrooms. Q vein Gryco. I don't know, it's like this suddenly the room is of mushrooms. Well done. Let's have mushroom feast fop dinner today. Visit and this Manhwa manga great.com to the translation manga great.com. Thank if enjoy faster please. Manga great.low release that but Rev booed wife's forced to be Kohi demon queen. The Vans SQNNVAW. Is this it's called the Land of Fire? I never thought there would be interesting place the southernmost region. This divine lady is called Andrea. Her excellent proficiency archery is class. Apart from even the most seasoned hunter Sand Nation. Readers on Mana Crealcom. Interesting. I feel that this place is like steamer where any ordinary person would turn into cooked food after just 2 days. This powerful divine lady is ashes. They are going to participate the holy Dell that is about to start. I'm not surprised you would say this sort of thing. Someone with no taste and style would naturally be unable to appreciate the ambience here. Did lose your towel, you don't look any stylish with all that sweat on yoke. Buzz off. What Lady Andrea said is right, the most beautiful place southernmost region is the flame sporting Land of Fire as well as the Endless Cape. Although these places were fraught with danger, they also symbolized great strength. The former of these places were used to contend FOP states and power and was where clans showcased their bravery and tenacity to Mother Earth. Riajuastuanka Kreeskon. I agree that this place is really beautiful. It would be even better without the fighting and bloodshed. As His Majesty Roland said, if it simply remained scenic place it would have been famous. National Natural Park. He deserves to be king just as I thought. Simon, have you ever seen the place he was talking about? It doesn't matter if I didn't because I have good imagination. From his words alone I'm slope. Its place of magnificent scenery, of course. Person with limited experience won't understand. UT first on Manba Kreeskon. Whenever Iron Axe or the Divine Lady speaks, they will inadvertently mention the King of Grey Castle's name. What kind of person is Roland Wimbledon that the Ronsard people and the Divine Ladies trusted him? This anyway, thanks to this king, didn't expect that I would be able to stand the Holy Del Arena lifetime. Coward Shag, get out of the desert. Coward Vile first at Manka Kreeskob. The Bone Clan is only the beginning. Every one of the clans present will be challenged to Del. Sooner or later they will either have to their best or be crushed. Pow Silvermoon, the chief of the first clan Raging Fire. OSHA's chief step photo, readjust on Uano Akrisko. Of I am. Great, this isn't Yoke first time participating Holy Dwell and I expect that you already know the rest. Bone Clan shall be sending out men FOP. This battle may start to select weapons FOP Yoke warriors. While the promise you made to the 3 gods be broken, you are allowed to give of surrender any time. The side with the last standing will be declared the winner and be conferred the right to enter Iron Sand City. The Dell shall commence when both sides are ready. First on mankakriat.com. Exhale. Lady Ashes, you not use Yoke-own weapons this Delhi. This is to ensure as fairness as possible. Okay. It seems that Lady Ashes didn't use all her strength before, otherwise she would be able to tear down Tavern completely. Ret Dar Stoner, EAZCon is every warrior limited to 1 weapon. There is no rule or allowed to cape as many as you wish. Great, then I will take these, should be enough to last me until the end. Bone Clan's Nightmare. I'm ready to. There are people 1 arrow for it. First on Manka Kreescom, each person get on the platform. 8. Ready. First on Manga Create Com Folk of Yoke, there is no rule on the number of participants, either right folk is enough. Visit and this Manhwa manga great.com, the translation manga great.com. Thank you if enjoy faster please. Manga great.low release that Axel Rev Ododa do Jodu, good wife's forced to be Kohi demon queen. The Veins Son Vor. Sit and eat this Manhat Manzak Zekon them. According to the rules, the number of participating warriors from each side should be between 2 people. The number of participants from the challenger clan should not exceed that of the challenged clan manga Great Com. That meant that if the opponent sent out warriors, OHSA would be allowed to send out no more than warriors. The right thing to do will be to send out equivalent number of participants, although the Green Castle warriors look short and frail and do not seem brave enough. As long as we have Ashes around, we still have huge advantage with her innate strength, while unaffected God's stones of retaliation will be sufficient to determine the duel's outcome. The scenario will be completely different with just for people the divine ladies were the object of people's admiration. That did not mean they were equally suitable for combat. Furthermore, the opponents are more than likely to equip God's stones of retaliation, which will easily suppress the divine ladies' abilities, that they may even become weaker than regular people. If Drop Silver Moon and Andrea lost their combat abilities, only Iron Axe and Ashes would be left. QVICN Gretch to fight. No matter how strong the latter was, it would be impossible for her to handle being surrounded people the same time. Thought all these would be common knowledge to Iron Axe since he had participated holy duels before. I didn't expect him to be this negligent. If they failed, would I still have placed the small oasis? I will probably not even be able to remain the southernmost region. If known I had thrown all the clan's people to him, then he won't dare to take this sort of risk. Irian Krenicum. Do you confirm that the OHSA party shall consist of the four of Yoke, Viren Krako, Manga Great Com? Kill. Not stop that. What are you doing? Stop it, you ape, blaspheming this holy place, heretic. What is happening? QVN Krakon, QVNG Kriek sinners, betrayer, the three gods will turn you to ashes. Collision. Could this be the OHSA Princess Agility? How is it possible her singing affect people so far away? Lady Andrea is about to take action. QVNCN Greycom. It turned out to be arrows thrown hands. And it was really unexpected. The handful of arrows traveled as powerfully as the hardest shots bow could make. Each arrow penetrated its target slightly below their right clavicle and wedged their bones. This called their dominant hands to lose all energy and become unable to wield weapons. Has the singing changed? This intense drum beating sound seems to be irresistible. MangaGreat.com. OSHA's Divine Lady fall under to allow of good stone. Visit and this Mantua MangaGreat.com to the translation Manga Create.com. Thank if you enjoy faster. Please Manga Great.low release that web rev Oda voodoo my well forced to become demon queen he. Anka Kriicom. Don't step on it, this one is worth dozens of bold royal. Are they all just wounded not dead? Everyone move close to me and form formation. EAICOH. The Bone Clan is not afraid to sacrifice themselves for the purpose of the holy dwell. It has to be meaningful death instead of simply perishing blindly. Mother Earth is not bloodthirsty deity Thol. She is fond of courage and strength. She will not wish to see needless deaths. Win Force Minkan Kriatcom. Exactly what I want. Actually, one person beat 10 people. Yeah? Come on. Key. If enjoy faster, please Manga Greatcom thump. What incredible Delhi. The winner is the OHSA clan Kenke Krieko. Upon Sand City. Training area. Mancacrete.com. VA. Are excited after seeing the OHSA clan's performance. Visit and this Mantua MangaGreat.com, the translation Manga Great.com. Thank you if enjoy faster please. Manga Great. On release that witch had revved Oda Kondo wield force become demon queer the V at a Soniu. Visit and this macho Manka Krees Cod, the translation. Chief. Is that longer practicing inside? Yes, she came readers on Yukon K CreateCon here early the morning. We'll take look chief, she said. If there wasn't anything no one could disturb her. What nothing may enter very well. Lobar is becoming mope and mope dignified this way. The raging Flare clan will have new successor when I no longer climb onto the burning stage. NGA Kriat Ku. Av. If fist hits person. First on. It will definitely tear the internal organs apart. Excited after seeing the OHSA clan's performance. See Nongri.com. Hook, you don't have to tell everyone, Papa, already know what I'm thinking. Admire that divine lady called Ashes. Right, after all one-on-one combat it's hard to find you suitable opponent from this city. Unfortunately. They have just won the right to enter Iron Sand City, and there is unlikely to be another contest. For a long time, even if we issue them challenge invitation, they will probably decline, of course, as the newly promoted clan. They will have many trifles to sort out order to gain foothold this city. Perhaps there will be new challenger doping the next spring. Nobody would want to waste their energy this time. And that's I only hang out with these sandbags for now. Did you come to see me just to say this? As Manba Kriascon would, and unsmiling as to make her subordinates feel awe and obey. What do you think about the holy dwell? It looked exhilarating. Fact, it was just pick OSHA's chief POW. Silver Moon. Aside from ashes, there was nothing impressive. I say this tactic was brilliant indeed. She used her ability to bring the audience into the dell, while steering clear of the restrictions, and completely controlled the direction of the dwell. Not one person died to determine the outcome of the dwell. Never seen something like this for many years. I believe that when the Bone Clan looks back on what happened, they won't hate OHSA for it. This type of trick only be used once. I'm willing to bet that upcoming duels the audience will start to adorn God's Stone of Retaliation as well. Addition, although OSHA's methods may have won their opponents' respect, it may backfire one day. Can't fill Yoke's stomach with respect. Who knows, maybe their first challenger will be Resurgent Bone Clan after short period of recovery. Very good to be able to see this, and to the interests of the clan, the top of the list is already great responsibility. Readjust on Manga Kree's cock chief. Chief, I have just heard the news that the OHSA clan has issued another request for Holy Dwell. CCN Grek. What, it's only been days since they won the qualification to enter Iron Sand City. To who? The 4th place Sandstorm clan. Aren't they moving into Iron Sand City from the small oasis? Yes, they rejected the Bone Clan's arrangements to move out. Crazy, what are these people thinking? Was it not their intention to move into Iron Sand City? New. Looks like we were wrong. Perhaps Dell with ashes isn't as unlikely as imagined. Readers Kakba CreateCon. What do you think, Papa? Manga CreateCon. Readdress on Yuanga Kreescon. Ashes, I'm waiting fop. You come and have good time. Visit and this Mantua mangagreat.com to the translation mangagreat.com. Thank you. If enjoy faster, please mangagreat.lo. Release that with get revoda jodo well forced to be coup demon quiet the Vasa Ninyao. Skull Tavern 1 pinch. Mancacrete.com. Isn't the divine lady from the Sandstorm clan called Sandra Sandrain? Mianka Create.com. She uses sand to create apple and launch attacks. How did she lose so easily? You think I'm lying? I wasn't the only one who saw it. The sand armor may be touch, I didn't see it. Work all. The moment that OSHA's divine to chief unto KFC Vino, covering her body, spattered onto the floor. And he faces took blow from the shield. Don't you remember that the first duel OSHA's divine lady stood to a dozen bone warriors on her own with that kind of strength? It is only out of mercy that Sandra isn't dead. Spattered onto the floor. Was she wearing God's Stone of Retaliation? Maybe. I'm not sure about that. The Cutbone and Sandstorm duelists were certainly wearing them. Maybe these things don't work on Kerf. Divine lady who isn't affected God's Stones _ How's that possible? We'll stop interrupting, give this some more liquor and let him finish speaking. MVIIGN. Sandstorm clan probably didn't expect their divine lady to fall first and quickly lost their formation. They had only sent out half of the quota, and Sandra was surely their side's linchpin. Once she fell, there was virtually no chance of victory. Not one person died again. Manga Kriai, indeed all of them are alive. They were either arrows on their shoulders and knees or were knocked out. OSHA's divine lady. This is nothing. Manka Great Com. The Dell 2 once again. Not one person died on the platform. Manga Kriai.com. That is impossible. I testify that time the platform could be said to be flowing with rivers of blood, hence it is extremely impressive that no one died. That was overwhelming strength. Even if you think about perishing together, ape not qualified. The black-haired divine lady gave them chance. They tried using their teeth to bite her. Under these circumstances she was forced to use long knife to sever their limbs before she kicked them off the platform. 1. Barkeeper, give everyone another LE of Fike Lantern wine. It's all on me tonight. QNGNCREAICOH. No need, this round is on me to OSHAs. To shag. The past week the number of customers to tavern had been rising. Everyone was discussing only one thing, and that was the holy jewels. Fact, it was not only the tavern, also the small oasis, which became packed. Wherever I went I would see moribund and half-deads from various clans inquiring about news of shag. Pure population is Clee Burden Fop, the administrators of the small oasis after the first dwell drop silver moon allowed me to remain the small oasis and focus on the domestic situation. Also OneWeb. What benefits the clanspeople from all corners of the Silver Stream Oasis bring? What are the OHSA people's intentions? Hey, OHSA didn't kill even single person. Isn't this calling trouble? Fop themselves after short pest. The elites of several opponents remain their strength and challenge them back immediately. It makes no sense for OHSA to do such thing. Then they have to win the Dell today. The Wild Wave clan is the second large clan, the Iron Sand City. Neither Sandstorm nor Black River or their opponents OHSA may not be able to win. MNCA create com. I optimistic about OSHA's Divine Lady. She will definitely be able to defeat the Wild Wave clan. The suspense is just whether she keeps the record of not killing one person. Such exciting scenes of continuously challenging the B clan have never been seen before, and the opportunity to follow the chief to watch the scene is becoming more and more difficult to obtain. This time I only wait fop the news like Yoke Haiti. Oik. Mayanga Kriaiko. The OHSA clan has won. Had I knew they could win. What about the process? Tell how did they win? No casualties as always. Take breath first and then tell the details of the first. Yes. The two sides didn't fleet as what? Idea Icefield agreement with the OHSA princess and willingly gave the second seat. Visit and this Manhwa manga great.com. The translation manga great.com. Thank if enjoy faster please. Manga great. Low release that I've Oda Badujo duo bad wives forced to be Kohi demon queen this _ have. Manga create.com. I didn't expect that the Wide Wave clan would take the initiative to back down today. It's understandable they save their strength keeping temporarily the third seat. When we first the Wild Flame clan, they will find chance to return to the second place or maybe even becoming the chief clan. After all, they afford to retreat unlike Wild Flame. It's a good thing I didn't fight today. After all, the battle with the Black River clan left ashes covered blood. MNGA create.com. Most of the bloodstains belong to the opponent. Injury. Is it okay? Don't poppy, it won't affect old plan leaves. Hers are also very effective. The deeper or almost healed, they are only few exterior injuries. Extraordinary witches are physically better than after all of the nutrition goes to the muscles instead of the brain. You don't know when she was fighting alone against the was hiding places that even mice were not willing to stay surviving on dead animals. If that didn't kill her, then don't even mention these small injuries. Yeah, right. This is how veterans should act. Apart from eating and fighting, the rest of the time should be used for resting, order to restore both physical and mental health as possible and facing the next challenge with energy. The other witches of Overwinter may also be strong. Not many of them would be able to do that. This is His Majesty had delayed his plan only to wait for her. Manga great.com. What ape we going to do next? We have done old best according to His Majesty's instructions. Making type is the most important thing. Creating a topic, making legendary dwell. Let the whole desert hear Yoke voice. All that is left is to defeat Wild Flame. And then the Holy Land, the presence of everyone. You tell them what His Majesty has instructed. Yoke. Understood. Don't worry, Lady Silver Moon. His Majesty didn't realize everyone to understand this. You don't need to feel too pressure, only need to do as local and let your voice be heard everywhere. The Land of Fire, no matter how many people respond to the new order, will spread the whole southernmost region down the Silver Stream. Wild Flame clan responded to OSHA's challenge request. Manga G create.com. They require specific people to participate the battle. What do you mean? It says the letter that Princess Longer of the Wild Flame clan wishes to have one-on-one fight with Ashes on the burning stage. Manga create.com. This OHSA clan really become the chief clan. Princess Ohsa is back with revenge and continuous challenges like storm no matter how many opponents there are they will always fight with for people. They will continue to win without killing one. All of this is incredible. Yes, 1 month, Ohsa has gone from silent challenger to the senior. It has become the center of discussion among many sand people. And it has become famous second clan who was exiled and the daughter of the patriarch was sold into slavery was able to turn over. Which weak clan the oasis of the silver stream would not want to see miracle to the three ends of Shag. To Lady Silverman. I finally found both of role me Sigriiko. You brother you are been to I not come have to come. No matter how cold it is this is not some battle to the top. How do you say that? Think about it who changed the entire southernmost reckon. The Three Gods Emissary. The last clan that spread its name all over the extreme south has vaguely assumed the stance of the Three Gods Emissary. However it fell the war with E-Ray Castle. This time Ohsa doesn't need to be the enemy of Bray Castle. When Ohsa really becomes the chief clan something earth-shaking may happen. Managa Kriikon. So this time people with keen sense of nationality came where even if you can't choose hot place, it's better to be closer to Kier than use sooner. AFR Rife. That would probably change the fate of the entire Morin people. Rediger Scumgirl Cod. Representing the respondent of the Wild Flame clan the powerful divine lady the South. Boreal. Larger Lorelei. The battle between the strongest fighter the North and the strongest fighter the South is unarmed. Fight without any weapons armor of other supporting items including God's stones of retaliation. Morin people are always of respect for real warriors show yoke strength front of the three gods it. First on manga great. Ashes we finally meet. Are these dog ears? Wolf ears it first on Lyle Crukon. You aren't wearing shoes? Isn't the around too hot moving ape never afraid of the hot sand? Look her feet it's obviously very hot. Are getting used to the consumption of magic power always maintaining you transformation it seems. Like good way to practice it first on manga great com. I don't understand what are saying this is the price fop this ability given the three gods it's not. Some kind of practice I have no way to transform back to human form so I only live on as half human. And half beast. So that was the case because she did not want to expose her appearance she had to wear cloak even. Such hot place and revealing her animalized form once she was already on stage would make everyone think that she had transformed because she had entered the battle. Would it be effective of not if I decrease Morgan's fighting capacity using bone to allure her and distract her? It first on manga great com the least fop Maggie that would be extremely effective. What are you laughing at or underestimating me? Not anything I just remembered flinty friend. Since you are ready let's bean. Thoughts exactly RBADUTH angergreat.com. Father please knock the gong. After longer awakened as divine lady she became more and more fond of fighting people and the strength and ability became stronger and stronger the past 5 years no one has dared to challenge. Wild Flame clan's position. Head first on manga great com the long battle has turned part of her body into wolf shape and even her recovery ability cannot be recovered. She can't live the life of ordinary girl all help life and no handsome warrior will fall love with her body. Therefore the Wild Flame clan win she becomes the patriarch everyone has to look up and dare not criticize. Her appearance. Is this partial animalization through free will? It seems that although she is ignorant of the mysteries of magic power she is still able to control and utilize her power properly. This is hard. Even fop Maggie Ridworst clicker credcon. Yeah. First on manga great. Had. Ed I Thurston manga great com. Is it and this Mantua manga great. Low to the translation manga great com. Thank if you enjoy faster. Please manga great. Low release that Axel Rev Voodoo well forced to become demon use Tevin Sonhwa. Not fast enough manka kriicom. Any part that is not animalized. They are all obvious weaknesses. Before I kicked you already shrank back. And you should have suffered multiple injuries. Come on let me see yoke true strength. This speed is already on par with the God's punishment army capable. It's not good. Don't Poppy attack like this won't cost her life, she still hasn't given all her force, ashes may not have many strengths, she is exceptional resisting attacks, not yet given her all, she's obviously panting. And she doesn't look all relaxed. Do you know the extraordinary training method during the Tequila Abe Wonkacrete come not what is that? It is way to speed the consumption of magic power that one be training mode all the time according to His Majesty Roland. This was both ancient and inefficient, hence it would be better to 2 more books to analyze how muscles and bones convert chemical energy into mechanical energy. I think Fop, someone with the intelligence of ashes, she might be particularly suitable. Fop, this stupid method after all, letting her book was simply too difficult, is that so? Of course, look, she is going to fleet back. Faster please manga, great. Low release traffic. Jib died, duo bad wives forced to be Kohi demon used, the Vasson at W. Visit and head this Manila MNBACEEACOM to the translation. Is that weapons, isn't it? Promise not to use any weapons if violate the promise of the holy dwell. You will be cast aside forever. The 3 gods, ape watching. Year and 3 months ago. Start yoke extraordinary training method, conquer yourself, drain yoke magic. And keep going until you need to take them off. You will feel power like never before. Manga create com. High above whole head, Woody. You have lost, that's all. Fop now. What? Macready. What admirable will to fiesta. I in Decreric. Visit and this Mantua manga great.com to the translation manga great.com. Thank you if enjoy faster. Please manga great. Low release that lazy lev viable voodoo odor good wield forced to be Kohi demon. Queen. Theta Sorhuao. First Isa Kaiskan. Year ago. First on Kanga create com. The magic power body flows faster than ever before. Gathered forearm, so I have unprecedented strength. If it were me the past this. Readmit first on manga great com. Fop now I just feel pain and not numbness or weakness. Was this what Agatha meant, the life and death sentiment? It first on manga greel com. If Wolf Girl could partially control her magic power to partly apply the same method each time to attack with strength beyond the limits of her own power. Radio first on manga great com. Ask. It first on manga great com. Forearm stop fighting. Not I still fight, her situation isn't better, I need to hold on. Fop while. Gear up pulse ujulal gagaka scum, hold on. Fop while and it will be Alpert. You blessed it piety, now whole body is aching and I feel like internal organs have shifted positions. Enemy then being strong and powerful will be meaningless. If I even break the other eyes, she will have no choice to admit defeat right anyway with the help of Leafs, hopes she. Come on, the final strike it first on manga grease com. No matter what the outcome is, only one person stand on the platform. Be careful overhead it first on Kinga great con. Readmit first manga great com. Loss underscore. The name of 3 gods, that's the 4-winced eagle kelp, help me, how dare this beast speak into their burning shine. Guards, where are the guards? It first on manga great com. It first on manga create cod. Roll. What giant demonic beast, isn't it resembling demonic hybrid of eagle and beetle, how dare you pure witch. Readjukistan kanga crocom echo. Visit and this Mantua manga great.com, the translation manga great.com. Thank you if enjoy faster please. Manga great. Low release that but lay voodoo odoro bad wives forced to be Kohi demon quad, the Vans SNNVW. That what is that? Could it be? Folk winged eagle. Something B is about to happen, I have to and see. Manga great.com. Should we go and see too? You. Manga create com. Growl. Shoot. Are you okay? Temporarily. Ahem. I won't die yet. Don't move around or else you will aggravate whole winds. One side of the chest is sunken down and I feel the blimps of the raised bones. It is clear that several ribs were broken the previous violent impact. It was fortunate that the whole form could resist the impact. Attack would probably take her life. Watch out, it's coming again. Everyone get out of the way. Let This beast is so smart it is preventing me. Can't get any more. This evil beast seems to all specifically witches. What should I do? There are only few here and the firepower is not gnocchi. Throw me upwards. Visit and this Manhwa manga great.com, the translation manga great.com. Thank if enjoy faster please. Manga great. DM release that Axis Rev Ododo Jo Duo Bad Wife's forced to be Kohi Demon Queen. The Veins Sun Vor. If enjoy faster please manga great.com. Leap. Hermits Alpert let's have good sleep. I see. Knew that would have to depend on me eventually. Manga there is witch called Anna over winter of Grey Castle. Who heal any back to brand new even someone who's breathing his last of who's. What you said is that tried. Of corpse I have gone through no less than blinded battles like this one and there were even mope. Powerful enemies and if you want to hun yoke skills you find opportunities any time. Hour to live you are the most powerful warrior I have ever met ahem. Have given me the chance to experience such wonderful first thank yoke I see. Ape mistaken it's not out last fleet. Even if I manage to stay alive it will be impossible for me to stand like normal person you don't. Need to comfort me. What did you say Ellie? Ahem. Throw me when it's coming toward that's the only chance I catch it manka great com I can't act on own. I only depend on yoke. If you don't succeed you may die where warrior's second home has always been the battlefield so. Least I have resisted until the very end he. This beast is roller and cunning what should we do? Manga create com. Screech. Are you still materializing yoke longbow are you wasting you magical power? Of course. It's for the people here to remember heroic appearance. It's all your full fop making me talk what if some bird meat fell into months. Is larger. She is still alive it doesn't look good even the best herbal remedies only delay her death unless we treat her immediately. Yoke have way to clue her that's ficti, and she be as healthy as she was before the dwell. Then what's the price? You will know soon enough, what I want to know is will acknowledge the result of the holy dwell. Wild flame isn't iron whip. And we won't deny victory that was won through a blood and honor furthermore. No one deny that are currently the strongest clan if you don't believe listen for yourself. OSHA's shag. OHSA. Moncrezcat H. Hashtag Rabic, and E. I of IOK Chief the OHSA the POW clan Silverman have also named another Echo Grey Castles Union. Which, I have lost everything since the betrayal of the Iron Whip clan not only was clan exiled I was also sold into slavery from the of Clearwater all the way to the King's City Grey Castle. There I was fortunate enough to be rescued which organization after that I was transferred to small town the western region where name has been changed to Echo I prefer the name Echo more than POW. Silverman thought have been through some painful experiences I happier than I ever was the desert you. OYC Sabroa bred LTMNCL Creeken that town which was once desolate town on the border has now become bustling city. Most of the growth during this period was brought look His Majesty Roland Wimbledon of Grey Castle. And he was also the one who changed destiny. This doesn't sound like the rehearsed speech manga create com. Well it's what she's been wanting to say the most and besides all we do now is applaud her. I know ape curious as to I'm saying all these things after all it's someplace the north no matter how beautiful it is it has nothing to do with old people the sand national that's right maybe this was the way it used to be now things are not the same. His Majesty's catchphrase is that over winter will never discriminate based on origin. His city has people from all kinds of backgrounds ordinary people from Grey Castle. Witches and even people from foreign clans. This is enough to prove his kindness and benevolence now he intends to save the Ronsard people of the Morin clan from this blood-soaked barren desert and grant you all better life like he did when he helped the witches. And I'm carrying out the will of His Majesty Roland Wimbledon to deliver this news to all the name of the strongest clan he has decided to become the chief of the Morin clan to unify the entire desert and treat all as his people. What is chief? Sounds like the head of all the clans. Isn't that the same as the three gods emissary wait? The king of the northern kingdom you mentioned is not moving, how could he rule the entire desert? Here it is this is one of the key problems that they have to deal with if they want to the southernmost region into the prefecture of Grey Castle I will see how Echo handles it. Were the three gods emissaries who used to rule the desert moving? Well, We all know that the answer is not the three gods' emissaries were real giants. It's said that they didn't have uniform looks. One of them had folk feet and 3 hands and another had mope than 1 head undoubtedly. They were not moving. The few words left, the emissaries said that only opening boundless oases and keeping all the clans away from hunger, thirsty and death, anyone who could accomplish any of those become the ruler of the southernmost region is the king of E-Ray Castle, capable of that. Don't be deceived, false benefits. So as long he could bring new oases to the Sand Nation, you'd admit that his majesty is qualified of rolling the southernmost region and consider him as the chief light. That's right, not only me, I'm afraid all the other clans would agree with me. Indeed, his majesty can't convert the southernmost region into green land. He's willing to take old land into the territory of Grey Castle and offer residences near lakes and forests to keep from the threats of thirst and sandstorm forever. This is the promise his majesty made. He will bring new oasis. The vast and rich northern area is exactly the boundless green oasis whose color will never fade. Thesis: the real purpose of the OHSA clan, that is the meaning of the new. Not this is absolutely nonsense. Italia. Fraud. Have forgotten the tragic ending of the Black Bone clan and the Sandstone clan. Didn't they die out and become extinct because they easily believed what Garcia, the Queen Clearwater, said, offering us oasis and the source water? The cunning northerners will never do that. They will only give you pond or peace land as big as Palm, making you fight for these resources unceasingly, as did the southernmost region, where you have to work to death for them. Manka great com, if it were before the holy duel, this suppressed people's aspirations. But it's too late now. No one was killed who hasn't seen the kindness of the OHSA clan. Think the Northern Kingdom's kinghood is supporting OHSA indifferent. There are villains among us, more in people to do. The people of the Northern Kingdom are like the Queen of Clearwater. Small clan like users still struggling to shore. Anyway, we swell go to the shorthand lucky camarade that the king of Grey Castle doesn't needs. Our wrong chief. What Garcia needs are mercenaries, not common clansmen, which was her biggest difference with his majesty, which was also the reason she picked Black Bone and Sandstone, who had stronger fighting capacities. Yet his majesty won't do that. He considers all the moving as his own subjects. So any clans here go to the kingdom of Grey Castle, regardless of how many young adults they have or whether they are powerful. His majesty doesn't need the Sand Nation people to die for him. No merciful king would sit and watch his subjects dying vain. What do want return? We ought to pay something for that. He won't help the Sand Nation for nothing. Don't believe there is such thing as free lunch, quickretch. Tell me I'm willing to accept. What his majesty wants from is simple, which is to work. Like the other tens of thousands his subjects work for the kingdom. Work for yourself. Will get paid, improve your lives, receive education and bring children. That all he wants. Is that all? Way of living your life without fighting and struggling. The white wasteland near the northwest area is constantly expanding. The oases are deteriorated ting into sandy soil. Moving in. Understand there are still people hesitating, but soon what's said will be proved. Those clans who want to follow me to the southern territories of Grey Castle now may pack your things right now and meet me the small oasis before departure. Those who can't leave right away need not worry. We'll leave staff behind to guide those who wish to find suitable living places. The Northern Kingdom, as long as abide the Grey Castle laws, are his majesty subjects and will be protected. Grey Castle's door is always open to you. Follow the chief. Q Visen Cracum. Roland Castle. Follow the chief. Does this mean that have successfully taken over the southernmost region? Would say have only taken the first step. There are still many things to do. The first thing is to ask the 3 of you. There is severely wounded witch the Iron Sand City who needs your treatment. Manga Kreescom, prepare tonight and leave tomorrow. No need for haste. Along you arm Fallen Dragon Ridge tomorrow evening and reach Iron Sand City the following day. Ashes will be there to meet you. Both of us need to got best feel better when are together. Besides, Maggie needs to be assisted when Anna onto her back. Doesn't she? Remember, tower more clothing. It's hard to freeze weather. Mancacrete.com. Understood. Promise she will be declared on time. There is no problem. But if you want to start exploring the snow mountain, please wait until come back missing it would have me tears. Haha, the moment. Cries that's definitely scene worth recording of course are all crucial me bars of the expedition. Assured of that, that's settled then counting on us, we will cure the wounded sister. This is the power of technology. Almost of Neverwinter's winter steel output was used to build it. This gate could block any following IA oct. Dead outside MNGA create.com. Yoke Majesty, I have never understood. Do call this place the third border city if the outside border area is the first border city then. Where is the second border city? Because the third is the proper title ape, don't you think the number 3 goes quite well with Stronghold? Light. As long as like it manga Griecon, besides it doesn't matter what name we give it, what matters is people remember it. Your Majesty is often difficult to understand, don't mind him. We are almost there. Roll Majesty, do you need? It's out, take me there now. Finally we could meet Be Pasha Aunt Yoke. I'm surprised you Majesty this moment front of me, the calmness you are showing is astonishing. Even when the tequila witches first saw this form they weren't as calm as Cleo's. Aren't you afraid all? You're right. I'm Pasha, thanks Fop supporting the tequila witches. He hasn't supported, it's hard to say whether the group of common people he sent ape meant to help. Of supervise, it won't be too late to tell him after he finishes exploring the B snow maintain. Althea, we made agreement Alpert, I will. The fjord's most famous explorer once said that fear comes from unknown. No matter how you look, your souls belong to tequila witches and I'm no stranger to. Atta Agatha has become essential member of the witch minion and beloved and trusted member. That our right old cooperation had been long ago faced with the threats of the demons. Everybody should let have past prejudices and hard to join hands. The way the relics of gods have arrived, right, I have looked the things that determine mankind's lives. Of corpse, come with me, that's God's stone of retaliation. I can't bet too close. Manga great.com. Is the relic it OC? Yes, while keeping it locked we list its smoking range. If we did not, it box made of God's stone of retaliation. I'm afraid the resident Slip City would GE unconsciously affected the relic. Before you have contact with it, I have to clarify some points lest you have accident. Is it dangerous? Don't be too worried, as long as don't stay alone with the relic it will be alright. What do you mean that? Visit and this Mantua manga great.com to the translation manga great.com. Thank if you enjoy faster. Please manga great lot release that died Suda Wudo Odo Jodo my well forced to be coup demon queen me. Vlam Zorni. As I have said before, if you open yourself front of the relic you see some incredible sights, either which of common person be summoned. Remember, what you see isn't completely fictional, it's different from the phantom instrument what see the painting av. In impact on reality, that's the first thing I want to clarify. Don't accept the summoning of these alone anytime. Manga great. The painting effect reality isn't that the same as Bamako Yamaha climbing out from television. Is it not dangerous when there are more people, because once you've trapped the divine land will have some obvious reactions, for example glazed eyes, body ravings, etch. The people around you have to dare you out of the range of the relic. The historical records, many people had once been smoked the relic alone and then their souls could not return to their bodies. 2 or 3 people having contact with it that take effectively reduces the risk. I got it. Other words, since there are at least 5 people here, it's not that dangerous, all right? If this wasn't so, we wouldn't allow watching it close range. There's another point we need to warn about. Should know that the huge painting scrolls the relic display the demon civilizations. If you have chance to see them, they may not, they will definitely to you. We help wake from the summoning, we can't help. Just that. Anything else want to say, Yoke? If not, then open it. As modern who enjoys all kinds of monster, alien, thriller and horror movies, I have broader horizon than the ancient people. What Althea said was some sense sort of spoiler. As long as it will not case me real harm, I do not think that I will give exploring the mystery of the deities. You can't bet out of the range of the god's stone. You need to get close to it and relax, then you enter the divine land. Yoke Majesty. Don't poppy, it won't be dangerous since you've here. I know what I'm going to face. You, Nioi Hasa Quasbred, AG Realcom. How dare Ke be so arrogant? I can't wait to see him scare and tremble, otherwise he will never realize what terrible enemies he will face. Wait until he wets himself, I wonder what he will say. What good will that do? Any ordinary kine is very concerned about dignity and prestige. If you make him disgrace himself, then I'm afraid he will hate how we explore the snow mountain and look for the chosen one. If we lose his support, even worse, what if Ke becomes terrified of the demons? The whole world will lose hope. He said he was not afraid of anything anyway. I warned him. Do think you stop him? It was mistaken to being him here to contact the relic. I didn't recommend doing from the very beginning. Least we should have waited until we reached basic level of Mangagri icon. So should we hide it from him or prevent him from approaching the relic? Then we will never get his. That way yourself his shoes would ally who is unwilling to allow knowing about the key that determines the fate of human destiny. No matter how you explain, he won't appreciate it. Only after he experiences it person will he understand old sincerity. It's also unnecessary to be too worried. The demon and the giant eye don't show every time. Besides, even if he's too scared and made mistake, we promise that we will keep old lips buttoned and never off skin. What about the two witches coming with him? Will they keep that secret too? Common person loses manga create face front of witches. That's not old business. Is this broadcast of perhaps way of controlling the subconscious? I to having had similar experiences the dream world before, which was already extremely real scene. No longer frighten me. The relic-like recorder which constantly reflects the world around it. This should belong to the eliminated underground civilization. Hey, hear me? No response. Or what about the impact on reality? Clacks. Niobe Bailey Queen Animation Comics Ride Vet Fasten I Taxi Bean Ton Comics 29 at Dixit. CX Maxil TRDX KAFR _Vanillin. Kurdakriko. Clack clacks. What the hell? No one mentioned these giant paintings could also make solidi. In Cracom. Are there more people? Did invite each other to come together as long as you don't hide and play tricks on me. I'm not afraid of these two monsters. They are senior demon and guardian of the relic of unknown civilization. Good afternoon. Did also come to participate the battle of divine will. We fight to the finish. Can't we sit down and talk about it? Understand me. Say something even if can't. Hey, is this winking game? If you wink you will lose. QNCNCREIICH. This doesn't respond or you communicate well. Is this the side effect of me until their eyes feel sore? How it is described. Visit this place alone. Increase. It has been nearly 10 minutes. It seems that he hasn't met anything. It's pity that he has perfect. Let's bless. How long the king stay there isn't the longest record. FOP common person less than minutes, even taking into account those who tried the land of dawn. Witches do not fare any better. How long you stay the divine land has nothing to do with whole magic power. The warriors who have been to the battlefield and fought the demons generally persisted longer. Where the witch of common person the highest record was held Lady Alice, who had stayed there FOP almost 2 Hollis. As king who has never been to the battlefield, he has to be very skilled to last so long. Maybe he will want to stay longer. After all, it's his first time to witness marvelous scene. Then Ke will feel dizzy and even fall unconscious. Did you forget to tell him that? Coma isn't too bad and won't cause him any real damage. On the contrary, when he out energy this kind of unpleasant thing, reduce his interest getting contact with the relic again. It's better for everyone this way. So you didn't forget to tell him. MNC Creek. Sometimes it's better to not explain. None of would like to have many restraints when we explore the divine land, right? I now understand Lady Natalia chose as one of the candidates FOP the 3 chiefs. Compared to the disgrace of being scared, coma die to energy exhaustion could be regarded as result. Without side effects, it could reduce the curiosity of the common people while not destroying their relationship with you. Are really visionary. It's been more than quarter of help. Is he okay? MVGN Kriako. It seems nothing is wrong. This king seems to be of surprises. It's new record FOP common people. Should I say congratulations? He is neither superhuman nor warrior. He should have exhausted his energy long act. Was there some unobserved accident? The divine land. Your Majesty. If you get too close to the relic, you will be affected it too. Then let me enter the divine land and bring his majesty back. Even if you go there, you can't bring back Yoke King no matter how many people are simultaneously summoned it. They will see different divine land. It's not good hope. Visit and this Manhwa manga great.com, the translation manga great.com. Thank if enjoy faster please. Manga great.lo release that which I exit lay ododo dujo duo bad wives forced to be kohi demon quad. The VSS HNVW. First on manga great.com. Your Majesty, are you okay? There is nothing wrong, I'm fine. I met alien monsters who were boarding the other two relics and talked to them. Unfortunately, they did not understand words. Wait, what are you talking about? Did you meet the demon and RB Edukistan manga grease.com? And flea eyeballs? KE actually faced the demon and the enemy of another race the same time. He stays there fop long. Althea is the one who stay there fop the longest time. Carrot money outer. Only persist fop about half hold. What happened then? Readeth be stooking krikun. I'm not really sleep anyway. Some black tentacles suddenly popped. Ijikast at when kakratuk and woo. That's the end. First at when Gagriko anyway. That's it. They couldn't deal with those toll tentacles and quickly retreated. The appearance of black tentacles is not new, as the energy of the loser declined. The relic would have greater impact on them. Imaginary sounds, imagery, scenes, tentacles of something else will appear. 1. It is impossible for ordinary people to defend themselves against the spiritual erosion. Even witch who has experienced thousands of battles will quickly feel tired and eventually lose control. What the mortal king faced was completely reversed situation, and the black tentacles had rushed toward the enemy. I have never heard of instance. First on manga great.com, the same time he encountered two other guardians of civilization, not only unharmed, also forced them back. Could it be? First io mahanga great.com, is this ordinary person comparable to Lady Alice, Queen of Starfall City and head of the three chairs terms of mental power? Anyway, thank you for pulling me out. I intended to see if there was any border to the divine land. It was too large and I did not want to walk all the way back. Ahem. That's all right. Do still want to continue exploring the relic? Reddit Gurston manga great.com. Not right now, there are folk painting scrolls. And it won't make difference to have another look them. Take me to the central carrier. Visit and this Manhwa manga great.com to the translation manga create.com. Thank if you enjoy faster. Please manga great.lo release that which exit revodo jodo well forced to be coup demon quit die. Vain Sforza. This is to decipher the literature left the Lundarerolin civilization. Many tale survivors sacrificed themselves, marine their souls, the central happier. Remember, the volunteers integrating with the central carrier were all witches, even including one of Yoke 3 chief's ends. Lady Eleanor, you majesty. We had no choice. Carriers are as powerful as God's punishment warriors. Their tentacles drill into the and build light well the dome. They also attack enemies and tear prey half. If we don't keep her here, she'll subconsciously move around and cause lots of trouble. If that happens, she'll be even harder to deal with than those hybrid demonic beasts. Seems that the tequila survivors did not want to take this risk, and as result, they had no choice to be kept trapped here. We tried to ask about their feelings. We were unable to get response. The souls merged with the central happier cannot be separated again, the magic core, so we have no idea whether they are able to feel what's going on. All the tequila witches including have determined to follow Lady Eleanor forever. You don't have to feel too bad for them. When we asked the central carrier whether we should chain Kerf all her 3 main tentacles, said yes. If she hadn't agreed to this, we would not have tied her tightly. There is artist named Sorry the Witch Union who produce flexible fabrics. There is also little girl named Soft Feathers who stick things together. If they work together, they may find some way to constrain her without plating her, if you don't mind. That will be too good. Have gratitude. That what you wanted to ask? It's just test attention. The second question is coming. Now suppose that I have got baskets and each basket has apples. I have total of apples, right? This central happier filled out 9-year multiplication, no matter the method she used, whether it be summation of column multiplication. She managed to find the correct answer instantly. This means that her calculating skills far surpass those of the common people. It would help lot. The very least she check the calculation results of the Academy members, which help minimize the mistakes of large and complex calculation projects. You've brilliant. You Majesty, she can't communicate with you directly. She understands words and even give me yes or no answers. This already counts as kind of communication. Let's see if she is really limited to just giving out yes or no responses. Now let's suppose lighting one main tentacle means 1 and lighting 2 tentacles means to give me 3 with yolk red light. This is beyond her capacity. She had to express her agreement more complicated way to yolk question. And got confused. We have tried to ask her to express simple ideas and even some short sentences. However, once she found out that she could not answer questions simply with yes or not, she would respond much slower and also easily get confused like how she did. Does this mean I have called some sort of logical barrier? Her brain is skeeter-light. She will be alright after moment of rest. I once tried asking her some contradictory questions. As results, she ignored the rest of or questions for several weeks. It's really not that easy to see. Maybe I have to find way to help the central happier express mope complicated ideas answering yes or no. Anger create calm if I move her to the Arithmetic Academy. Of course it is far from the time yet. The tequila witches who have moved keep and have not yet joined the United Front. Everything has to wait until the Snow Mountain exploration is completed and the two sides have basic trust. At present only rough frame of this underground city has been constructed, and it could only serve as temporary Lunderero-land residents. Manga Great Com only after tunnels connect the numerous peaks of the impassable mountain range could they consider this real hidden stronghold, with the artillery installments and military fortifications above Roland, would then be incorporated into part of Neverwinter's outermost defense line. Is it and this Mantua Manga Great? On to the translation. Manga Create Com. Thank if you enjoy faster please Manga Great. Low release that Axel Revod well forced to be Coup Demon Lucas, Die Vason, NZH. Sile. Q Vanaga Kriiko. Their reactions are as expected. The only person they will be important members of the United Front against the demon. What is front of us now is the plan of cooperation to explore the Snow Mountain. After more than 2 years of working, the City Hall should have broadened their outlooks and me them more open-handed toward new things, right? Your Majesty. TTIS too late to come with new budget plans for this exploration, since is already the time for the finance department to work on the final accounts of the yard and has already been sent to the southernmost region. If we dispatch additional troops for this expedition, it leads to insufficient defense force the border area. Your Majesty don't think joint operations are safe. Dangers may arise due to internal conflicts among the expedition. Your Majesty, if send troops now the grain stock hardly this plan, afraid that the news will cause panic among the residents. Your Majesty, what worried about is that the ancient witch is the foot the northern mountain. If the mountain is hollowed out arbitrarily, it will cause instability the upper mining area and lead to collapse. Your Majesty, please think twice. If thesis Kankagriic parliamentary discussion, it's obvious that the cooperation plan will be difficult to carry out, but I'm the King of Grey Castle, the one who has the final say. Next car will be the most important year for Grey Castle. We'll unify the entire kingdom and hold the coronation ceremony to officially become the king. Q Veka Kriiko. And you will all become ministers to help me cover this country. By Queenioi faster please Manga Great Com. Your Majesty, maybe the First Army and the Witch Union will be enough to explore the Snow Mountain. In a dark underground cave where the landscape is extremely complex, guns and cannons have only limited effect. We don't have maps of the cave or any preset firing position there if they happen to meet some demonic hybrids. How much do you think it will cost the First Army to defeat them? This white must work together with the Tequila jurors. Their god's punishment. WT Chesand, the Witch Union have elementary advantages this exploration. The First Army will set sentry posts along the way and cover their retreat if they need thesis the most prudent arrangements. All listen to me carefully, don't tell me it's difficult to implement this plan. You're sitting here to solve problems for me. Mice. City Hall doesn't need you anymore. Baron Mons, yes, Your Majesty. Is there any problem with the final accounts and logistics for the exploration? No. Believe will you plan days later 3 days serious day? Yes, Your Majesty, if border areas food stocks are low, get some from the longing area we have caught. Enough concrete boats for this. Do make myself clear yet? Yes, Your Majesty. Carl van Bate, Your Majesty will carefully check the geological condition, both the mining and furnace areas. Cook then the next ones. Okay, the plan is almost done. Edith, recount the final arrangements. This operation, the Tequila Witches agreed to send God's Punishment Witches to team with the Witch Union, and these witches were the main force for the exploration. The first arm would send group of soldiers with Brian as their commander to join this exploration as well. The remaining troops, the city would be temporarily handed over to Carter and continue to fight against the demonic beasts. The border. Everyone's responsibilities have been clarified, so let's your man just wait. We wish apply to join the Snow Mountain exploration. Demand go to the western region Snow Mountains together with the 1st Army soldiers. Come on, not switch aura soldiers, don't mess. Prism manga create Jestie's plan. Used to serve ascending coach knight battalion and defeated each of opponents including demonic beasts within rounds. Protect myself. What is the reason for this request? The Battle of Dunwill is getting closer, house, but none of the officials sitting here know what the demons or the underground creatures look like or know nothing about opponents. The upcoming war. I afraid that the City Hall won't be able to reach Your Majesty expectations. Know that someone may think that since the 1st Army will fight against the demons, his own department won't get involved. War-related stuff, however, once the battle begins, all the departments such as the Ministry of Construction and the Ministry of Agriculture will have to satisfy the needs of the war effort. This is inevitable, and so too. Great job, City Hall. We also have to know enemies well. CAAAA. This an interesting idea. Me great new rule that only allowed the promotion of the officials who worked the cities located on or near the front line during the battle. Maybe it's good idea this way. Could guarantee that the officials of the City Hall would never underestimate the importance of this fatal war, or me some unrealistic government decrees during wartime. Well, please go get ready for the exploration. ICHU. Majesty. Visit and this Manhwa manga great.com to the translation. Thank you. If enjoy faster please. Manga great.com release that sees Oda undo wife's forced to be Kohi demon queen. The VDABSOM Mr. Ape yoke manga Kriiko eek. Going to some place far away. Very far away, around somewhere the western region. How long will it take? I don't know. Didn't pick any formal dress girdle. Okay, took tactic corset, aren't going to visit some nobles of attend banquets. Have not stronger observation power now. You don't always have to tell the others everything you notice. Were the one who talent me that now I will teach you another thing. When you are talking to woman, remember to remain graceful. All him and choose you words carefully. Understand you a sister. Manga create if I want would suffer lot. I see. Good. How to feel working City Hall? It alright. Just like you instructed. I have never revealed identity as noble. All I do there is just waiting and recording, which are easy for me. I really don't understand. Didn't you me yoke department? Because it's not necessary and may case troubles. City Hall director always keeps eye on me if I you department. And he manages to find out yoke mistakes. He'll be faced with dilemma. If we ruin the Kant family's reputation, it will influence His Majesty's opinion of me. Even if we don't get along with each other, the others will still think of us as whole, as we share common surname. So no matter what you do, the Felipe, you have got to remember you represent the whole family, not just yourself. I don't know how Mitch understand this. Matters only be understood yourself. Even when the feudal aristocratic order is totally replaced, the new system old family reputation will still have long-term influence on and may even draw more attention to us. The short line, just like the way the moon becomes the brightest thing the after the sets. Manga create I will be careful. Are indeed timid, indecisive and not good force, so ape not suitable to be the leader of the family. For never winter. These shortcomings have become irrelevant. On the contrary, they have become advantage to certain extent. From the moment group of civilians hold snow powder weapons and captured the capital just one day. Personal bravery is no longer important, the title you will understand the meaning of staying. Over winter. Oh, sister, where are you going? Indeed, I don't want to stay large house alone, I will get bored. It was who asked me to buy big house, it's 500 gold royals, which is quite expensive even. For me now, you think it's too big, not, I'm very satisfied with this house. As for where I'm going, it's secret of never winter. It's not something I can't tell you, according to the old rules have to pay price for this I want to. No. I will to the great snow mountain of the western region with some soldiers from the First Army. You mean the source of the seawater river? Is there anything special, some unknown demonic hybrid? Monsters of alien species? We will probably meet anything there now we have entered into alliance. With those tentacle monsters, I can't wait to witness out monster allies fighting against the monster enemies. Wait, aren't you afraid of those things? And His Majesty made deal with some monsters, even the demons don't look that scary, do they? Isn't it good thing, fop, good thing, sister, or you crazy? What not, I mean. Do remember what we want to achieve serving the king here. To achieve greater power. Not exactly least, it's not wrong, greater power comes from cyber domain and career population. If the ancient witches, some alien species and even the demons all push to the king's side, doesn't that mean the power of this kingdom will extend from the human wood to some alien lands? I've told what want to know. Now it's time for you to pay back. Helene, it on and let me have look. Where is this? What is that sounds? Sandstorm finally appeared. Ape. That me. Is it? And this Mantua manga great. Low to the translation manca great com. Thank if you enjoy faster. Please manga great. Low release that Axel Rev Oda Jodo wife's forced to be Kohi demon used die. They Sony.